Okay, thank you for letting me watch your lesson with your class. How do you feel the lesson went?
I think it went well. The students seemed to really enjoy it and comprehend what we were trying to get across.
And what are some things you felt went well or not, maybe not so good?
What I didn't like is the tech issues that I have. It gets frustrating when the iPads don't work, or the students have a hard time doing something, or it freezes, and then you're trying to help one student while somebody else is having problems. So that's what was the most difficult for me, is trying to get to all the students at once.
I agree with the tech issues. It can be frustrating when you have something in mind and it just doesn't go the way you
As
want.
planned, yes.
Yeah. But overall, I really enjoyed your lesson. I appreciate that you were attempting to troubleshoot and be flexible with some of those issues that you knew ahead of time, because I know you had planned on having students upload pictures, but
Doesn't work.
it wasn't working. But you came up with the idea of them having them just draw out the pictures, which they really enjoyed and they were having fun with. Also, looking back at the CSTP that we had agreed on here, which was using and adapting resources, technologies, and standards aligned instructional material to make subject matter accessible to all students. I thought that you did a very nice job of addressing all students in your class by walking them through step by step on the directions. Also, having your students record the information presented on each page orally instead of having them write it, did a very nice job of engaging and making sure it was accessible for even your lower students. Plus, it was working on their oral speaking skills as well. Watching your lesson and reviewing the student work, I'm able to see that the majority of students understood the objective. They were able to complete the task. And since your students sit in pairs, I also noticed that many students were working together and helping each other out. So even if you weren't able to get to them right away, they were still trying to help each other. Like I noticed Oscar and Serenity over there, they were really, Serenity was struggling, but Oscar kept like, no, you need to do this. No, you're pushing the wrong thing. And so they're starting to understand and collaborate and work well together to problem solve. Since this was an oral report, are you planning on doing a writing piece with this?
I do plan on doing a writing piece, but I don't think I'll use the technology for that.
Okay.
I'd rather have them just write it because of all the issues that we had, and then the length of time that it takes them to write on the computer. So,
Okay, I'd like to see their writing once they're complete, if that's okay.
sure.
Okay, and have you had the students upload these into our portfolio system, Shobi, yet?
No.
Okay, let me go ahead and show you that because a few things have changed. So you press the export as PDF is still the same, single pages, and then on their iPad they're going to have to press that more button, and they might
sure
have
that
this
Shobi is-
one Shobi, and they need to make sure that's on green, and then once they press it, it should go directly into their page here, so that then they can press add file and it will upload.
Okay.
And so now I know that this year you were wanting to work on implementing different pieces of technology. How are you now feeling about using the Book Creator app?
I'm comfortable with that, other than the fact that we can't download the pictures. But
Okay.
I'm comfortable with the app in itself.
Okay, so do you think you're ready to move on to another piece?
Yep.
Okay, so do you have any ideas of different pieces that you want to move on to?
Not really, no.
Okay, so I would suggest Nearpod or quizzes. With Nearpod, we can work on creating a post lesson for this unit, or with quizzes, you can just create quick quizzes for any subject matter. Do you have a preference on which one you might want to look at?
No, not necessarily. Anything that, maybe something that will work for
More than
more
just
options, right?
Okay, so maybe we could look at quizzes, and with quizzes you can create just a short quiz that you give the class, and if you want it to relate to pumpkins, you could do math problems with pumpkins, or you could do sentences where they identify the nouns or the verbs. Do you have a time next week that we could meet to discuss?
Usually Mondays are the best.
Mondays? Okay. and that way we can look more at that app and maybe get a few quizzes
Come up with something.
put together.
Okay.
So, do you have any other questions or?
Nope, I don't think so.
All right, thank you again for letting me observe your class and help you with your professional growth.
Thank you.